Well, hi everyone, I'm meteorologist JD Rudd with this video blog trying something a little new and different today to talk to you about what's going on with the recent rain event that we had. I'm going to show you a series of graphics, talk about what's going on, and talk about some things that we, or at least I, missed on this forecast. Obviously, the first that we have going on here, this is the daily rainfall record that was set in Kansas City. We had a lot of rain in the last 24 to 48 hours. Now, a lot of this fell between about 10 o'clock last night and midnight, and that's what made for that daily rainfall record there at KCI. The old record for July 2nd, 3.24, we smashed that. 4.33 inches. Had the bulk of that rain held off by about an hour, we would have set the rainfall record for today. That wasn't the case. We still picked up after midnight about an inch of rain officially for July 3rd. Nonetheless, it was a rainy event. 4.97 inches of rainfall. How about that for KCI? Normally for the entire month of July, we see 4.45 inches. So needless to say, we are already off to a great start for the month of July, making up where June left us behind about 4.25 inches of rainfall. So how much rain did some areas see? Your mileage is likely going to vary. These are the two-day rainfall reports from a few areas here. Concordia had the most, 9.42 inches of rainfall. Higginsville, 7.26. Leavenworth, 5.37. You can see that just under 5 there for KCI. Lee Summit, 3.71. Olathe, about 2.5. Again, your backyard rain gauge may have a different number, so let me share with you this map here. This is radar estimated rainfall. Again, estimated by the radar, so it may vary just a bit. Let's go in a little bit closer and take a look at some of these areas. First off, our southern counties seeing anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rainfall. Check that out. The area in orange that you see there, that's around 3 inches at least, if not close to 5. Now you move a little farther to the east along I-70, that's where we talked the other day where the heaviest rain could fall, and that's exactly what we saw. 5 to 7 inches in red. How about that pink area near Concordia? 7 to 9 inches of rain. So again, this was a big rain event right along the I-70 corridor. If you live along and north of 36, this was a non-event for you. But wait a minute, JD, you said the other day that's where the most likely rain would fall. Let's go back and revisit that here just for a second. Let me pull up a couple different things that I know I tweeted out for you. First off, there was this from Twitter. I posted this on July 1st saying if you live close to the Iowa-Missouri line, you could wind up with heavier rainfall amounts over the weekend. That did not pan out. Why was that? On Friday we came in, we saw the European forecast model was trending that direction. We saw later instances of the NAM forecast model trending that direction. You think back to what happened over the wintertime. All the big snow events that we had, they went north of Kansas City. We looked at each other and we thought, well, maybe that's where this one's going to wind up too, and maybe the European has something here. So we leaned more toward that forecast model, and it turned out that run of the European model didn't have it for us. Let me take you back a step more. This would be what I posted on Thursday, June the 30th, where I talked about all the forecast models lining up. There was the NAM trying to put most of that moisture up into parts of northern Missouri. But look at a few of the other maps that I showed. That was the GFS, with the heaviest amounts, 5 to 8 inches, from about the Kansas-Missouri line towards Sedalia. What I find very funny, on Thursday, look what the European model said. Heaviest amounts right there east of Odessa towards Sedalia, with greater amounts 3 to 5 inches along and south of Highway 36. So it's funny how the forecast models work, and this is why it's difficult to pin this stuff down. You would think that by Friday we would have had a better idea how the weekend was going to shape up, but it looks like apparently in this event Thursday's forecast model runs had a much better handle than Friday's did. And if you ask me, on Thursday the European forecast model absolutely nailed the forecast. Let's go back and look at this. Let me take you back and show you back to the beginning of this rainfall map. There it is. It's right there along that I-70 corridor and mainly east of Kansas City, the heaviest rainfall there from Odessa, Concordia, just north of Sedalia. So truly incredible. It's another event to learn from. The bottom line is we got the rain. Some were saying it was all a bunch of hype and it wasn't going to rain that much. That was not the case. We saw the rain. There is no doubt about that. So where do we go from here? Let me just kind of give you an idea of what it is that I'm thinking as we go through tonight and into the 4th of July, Monday. The heavy rain is gone. Minor flooding, though, is still possible as that rain continues to flow into the various small rivers and tributaries that kind of flow into the bigger areas, and you might still get some minor flooding in some areas. Patchy fog That's something I'm not sure if many forecasters are picking up on. We just put a lot of moisture into the ground. Warm temperatures are coming over. I think we may see some of this patchy fog tonight into Monday morning. Could cause for some low clouds to start the day on Monday, so keep that in mind. Also, I think it's going to turn a bit muggy. We saw that a little bit today. Again, all that moisture in the atmosphere, it's going to be a little bit on the thick side. Let me share with you some photos that were shared with us on Twitter. This one here from Mrs. Farm Wife showing over 5 inches in her location. Charlie was doing great showing us all the Twitter photos. This one here showcasing about 3 inches for the entire event. This was from Clint in Old Leawood showing around 3 inches there. David sent us this of 4.5 by the Staley High School. 4.5 here in Richmond, Missouri. Many other photos were out there, and again, I thank all of you who sent along your photos. How does it look now for the 4th of July Monday? It is not going to be a rain out. Thankfully. Here's the PowerCast computer forecast model showing us maybe a shower or two gets picked up on the model overnight into early tomorrow morning, mainly off to the west. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but again, my bigger concern would be for some fog in some areas. Go through the daytime hours on Monday. I think clouds and fog in the morning, then by the afternoon, the sun tries to come back out, and it should be a pretty nice evening for those who are trying to get their 4th of July fireworks done. Quick check of how that forecast shakes out for the 4th of July, 76 at noon, 81 by 3, 80 by 8 o'clock. So it should be good for those trying to light off their various displays on Monday night. What about the week ahead? I've got more details coming up during the 5 and 10 o'clock newscast. Let me just tell you this. It's going to be hot. Let me look through here and just kind of find this for you. I'm not sure if I've edited it yet. Let me just show you the 7-day forecast. That'll just be easier, won't it? Temperature trend 90s or better with some high heat index values by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So don't be fooled by the cooler temperatures, cooler conditions, and the rain. We still have rain chances for the back half of the week, but it's going to be hot and humid as it looks right now. So hopefully you can enjoy your 4th of July. I appreciate you checking out this video blog. And again, we had ourselves a wet weekend as we expected. We're doing way ahead for July rainfall. Let's hope we don't have any more flooding weekends in store. If we do, of course, we'll be here to let you know. Have yourselves a great and safe